What's up, guys? I wanted to do another bakugou video because I just had an idea. And I just wanted to say, for people who don't know about the last bakugou video I did, it was a bakugou X deaf listener. And I don't know why, but when I realized the comments on it, I was like, deaf listener, how does that work? I was like, oh, deaf listener? That's kind of stupid. But, anyways, this was the point. Um, So this is going to be a Bakugo X singer listener. I've seen people do this before. I was inspired by somebody. I forget their name and I'm super sorry. Or I really just forgot how to say it. But they did this a while back and I really like this. But yeah, um if you want to help a girl out, please subscribe. It would really, really help. Um yeah, let's get straight on into the video. It was New Year's Eve. Everybody wanted to have a party, including you, but besides Bakugo. Now, you and Bakugo haven't talked much, knowing that if you two talked, he would instantly scoff and turn away. And either way, if you did try and it was successful, it wouldn't even last long. It was in your second year, and everybody was kind of happy because it was in a year and they thought everything was going to get better, knowing that it wouldn't. Everybody was partying and everybody was having fun, and only half of the students in Class 1A had somebody to kiss on New Year's Eve. Now, your family called it a tradition to have somebody kiss on New Year's Eve. And usually it was around the age of 17, to be the exact. Yes, 17. Now, since you are 17 and you've kind of wanted to continue the tradition at 17, you couldn't. You actually never talked to people in class. But you did like singing, and only one person in the class knew that, and that was Mina. She said everybody would want to hear your voice, and that you should sing at New Year's Eve. But you said no because you was too nervous, and you thought nobody would like it. But she convinced you to sing it. You had sung your own song, and everybody had loved it. But you had noticed a particular ash blonde in the corner of the room. He wasn't staring at you nor anybody else. He was staring down at the floor. But there was like a smile on his face. Or it could be a frown that you just didn't see right. But it looked like a smile. He looked so happy after you sung. But you saw that after he quickly wiped it away when he saw you staring at him. You went back to the corner of the room where you was previously, and you had punch. That's how the night went. You could hear Kirishima, Kaminari, and Sero teasing Bakugo on how he didn't have a New Year's person to kiss. He just kept scoffing and said it doesn't matter. But that's when Kirishima put up a point. But Bakugo, don't you want to be number one in everything? And Bakugo obviously said yeah. Well, wouldn't that mean you would be want to be the first person in a relationship out of Class 1A? He said. And Bakugo instantly stopped. The only thing that was visible was his breathing. You hadn't looked up from your phone that you was on, scrolling on Instagram, but you could clearly see he was taking thought of it. It doesn't matter if I'm in a damn relationship first. That's not part of becoming a hero, is it? He said. I mean, yeah, Buck bro, but still, shitty hair, I really don't give a fuck about a relationship, he said. Sorry, man, Karanari said. Yeah, we was just looking out for you, Sarah said. Looking out for my ass, dumb, he said. Well, we're gonna go back partying. You can be a party pooper and stay in the corner, Kirishima said, going over to Mina. Everybody was having a good time. You eventually didn't want to stand anymore and had kneeled down, sliding down the wall, still on your phone. You hadn't noticed that the ash blonde had made his way over to you, being in the same position as you, but looking at the people at the party. Listener, he said. You was startled a little bit, but you looked up. Yeah, Bakugo? He said. Do you think I have to be number one? That I have to, be in a relationship to be number one? He said. I mean, no. I mean, if you want to be number one in everything, then yes, but I don't think so. You said, looking back at your phone. Don't tell me you're taking Kirishima's words into consideration, are you? He said. He looked at you, wild. No, I'm not, he said. It looks like you are. You asked me, and we never talk, he said. You could see some type of disappointment in Bakugo's eyes, but couldn't really see it. There was a silence, but it wasn't a awkward silence. It was a comforting silence between you two. Of course, a party going on in the background, but between you, it was silent and comfortable. The countdown was now 1 minute away, and what Bakugo had planned was outrageous. He wanted to kiss you. Actually, he always had. He never talked to you because he thought if he pushed the feelings away, they would go away. But that never happened, and now he's just starting to accept it. Sometimes in the middle of class, he'll stare at you, and then if you saw him, he'd start mumbling random curse words. And that always caused you to think, did you do something wrong? And then you would look back on your test and you would be like, no. Everybody was counting down 10, 9, 8, and so on. You honestly was quite disappointed since you had nobody to kiss. Because it was always a family tradition to kiss somebody. After it hit 1, you was instantly pulled into a kiss. Not knowing who it is, your eyes were wide open and saw that it was the ash blonde. slowly falling into the kiss. Only two people had noticed you kissing: Kirishima and Midoriya. Midoriya because he was too nervous to kiss anybody and he didn't have anybody to kiss. But Kirishima because he wanted to make sure that his best bro wasn't lying to him, which it obviously he was. After that night, you went back to your dorm. Now, everybody in Class 1A had each other's numbers, besides Mineta, and everybody was just happy. You was about to go to sleep when you saw your phone lit up. You quickly grabbed it and saw it was from Bakugo. He said he wanted to meet you outside on his balcony tomorrow. Now, you was on the top floor in the dormitories, so you was pretty high up, and he was actually only one floor below you. Now, you always liked being on your balcony, because you just liked it. Sometimes you would even sing, knowing that somebody might hear you, but you really didn't care. You had put your phone back down and went back to sleep. You were walking in class with Mina and Kirishima. So, listener, what happened last night? Kirishima said all of a sudden. Did something happen? Mina said, looking between you two. Nothing happened. Not last night, you said. Are you sure about that? Kirishima said. I'm pretty sure I saw you and Bakugo making out after the countdown last night, he said. You and Bakugo were making out? Mina said. And I didn't see it, Kirishima, she said. Hey, I was going to get you, but when I was about to get you, they had stopped and Bakugo had ran off, he said. I wanted to catch up to him, but I didn't want to ditch you, he said. If you guys don't start dating already, I think I'm gonna freak out, he said. Listen, her, Mina said. What? It's true. But honestly, it was just basically a one time thing, he said. Are you sure about that? Kirishima said. I'm not sure about anything, am I? You said. Well, I mean, she's never sure, Mina said. Mina, what? You just said it yourself. I'm just adding on, she said. All of you laughed. What are you damn extras laughing about? Bakugo said. Oh, nothing, Kirishima said. Yeah, Bakugo, nothing, Mina said. I know that face. What are they talking about? He said, looking at you. I honestly don't know, you said, walking ahead of them. I swear you two idiots. You could hear Bakugo yelling in the background. You laughed to yourself. Well, that's the explosive blonde, he said. Now, you had a YouTube channel. It was a very quirky YouTube channel. Now, you only had one person in your family left, and that was your older brother, who was the number 20 per hero. So you kind of got in by recommendations. Now, when I say he's the only family you have left, he's the only family you have left. Yeah, you might have a cousin or aunt out there, but they never contacted you. A incident had happened and your mother and father had sadly died. Your mother being pregnant with your soon to be little sister, who was sadly died in the process. Now, in this YouTube channel, you sung songs, of course. You used to sing all the time. But little did you know, Bakugou had actually knew about this channel. He had knew everything about it. He had knew when you created it. He knew when you would record and when you would post. And he always did it because he wanted to hear your voice, especially your singing voice. He always found it soothing and calm, and, it helped him sleep. It would push all his worries away ever since the kidnapping. He always had a sad gut feeling that something every night was going to happen, but when he would listen to your voice, it would make it go away. And he had absolutely known he had fallen hills overhead for you. But he couldn't admit that out loud because he knew if he did, everybody in class would tease him for it. And he would be caught dead admitting that out loud. You had went to his balcony that night and you guys had just chatted. And when you was about to leave, he had pulled you into another kiss. This time you had kinda expected it, since he really wasn't the type of person to let anybody who he loved go. Basically, only I'm saying is you go without a kiss. And this happened every night for the past month. You got to the balcony, you talk, you laugh, then he kisses you goodbye. But one night when you was going, you had remembered that he said he didn't want to meet up for that night. But you was just walking to the kitchen, and that's until you heard a very familiar song. It was a song you specifically wrote. You had listened in on his door, and you heard your voice. You could hear him sigh. "What are you fucking doing to me, listener?" he said. You had quickly run away to the kitchen, knowing that if he had heard you even breathing, you would be dead. "Does Bakugou like me?" he said. "Well, I mean, that would explain the kisses, but..." "What you doing?" Mina said. "Jesus, Mina, it's like 2 in the morning," he said. "Well, yeah, but you just said something that I think is true," she said, coming up to you. "Yeah," Kirishima came out of nowhere. "Why are you guys up at 2 a.m.? Who else is up?" you said. "Well, it was only us two, and I'm guessing Bakugo from what you're saying," he said. "Yeah, I got an idea," Mina said. "How about me, Kirishima, you, Bakugo, Kaminari, Joro, and who else?" Mina said. Um, maybe Midoriya Bro and Yuraka?" he said. "Oh, if we're going someplace, you do not want to bring Midoriya," he said. He'll get killed, caught in the same room with Bakugo," he said. "It'll be fine. We can hold him back. And you can calm him down," he said, pointing to you. "Kirishima, it's rude to point," Mina said. "Even though it's true," she said, pointing at you. Come on, you just said it was rude to point. He said, laughing. All of you started laughing. What are you damn extras doing up so late? Bakugou asked. We could ask you the same thing, he said. That's not how this is supposed to work, he said. Oh well, that's how I said it, he said. Wow, badass listener came out, Mina said. Here she was just laughing. You know what? You damn extras can stay down here. I'm going back to bed, he said, and left. That's the end of the video. I am going to make a part 2. I am promising you. But it'll probably be in a few days because I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, or wherever you are. And peace.